Hey guys, welcome to the video today. I want to talk about Base as the general ecosystem, tie in a little bit about Coinbase a little bit more specifically, but Base has been growing exponentially. They're doing a lot of things. They're trying to become the everything exchange where they do, well, essentially everything. So today in this video, I want to talk about just what Base has actually been doing behind the scenes, plus some of the stuff that we are hearing and expecting. I want to get about why it's calling itself an everything exchange, how Base, Coinbase, Prime, institutional tools, how all this stuff is starting to really connect, and just why this might be one of the bullish long-term setups in terms of crypto that I think a lot of people are still underestimating, but that is likely due to the sentiment right now. Crypto market sucks. It's hard for anyone to think anything's going to be good. And I think it's because we're too narrow focused, not thinking about the future, but that is for a different video likely. So if you guys have been here before, you see my face several times, just pop up on your feed. If you get anything useful from this, please do press the like and subscribe button. It really helps me out. But regardless, let's move forward. Let's just talk a little bit about some things about Base ecosystem because I'm very bullish on Base. And let's talk a little bit about Base today. So just a couple of weeks ago, December 17th, I believe, Coinbase came out with a big announcement saying that they're going to redefine what the heck they are and how they do things. They're calling themselves the Everything Exchange. And it's not inaccurate, right? It was known as a crypto, I was going to say DEX, but a crypto exchange, right? But now it's going to be a single platform that it exchanges with crypto. It does stocks. It's going to do ETFs. Futures, prediction markets, tokenized assets, a lot of good partnerships brewing there, by the way. Does payments for anything from invoices for companies and paying off their employees, and then on-chain apps and everything just under one roof called Base. And this is a major philosophical shift. This is great for crypto in general. When we start blending in crypto with all the other financial assets, it makes it seem less special, yes. But the things that makes crypto special makes a lot of people just not trust it. Right? I don't understand what crypto is, or I've heard that's gambling. And the more crypto can blend into what everyone else is used to as investments and assets, the easier it is. It doesn't make it seem like it's separate or different. All good stuff. So Base app, if you haven't noticed or paid attention, it's had a lot of changes the last couple of months. One, they call it Base app now. Okay, cool. It's now live in getting close to 150 different countries. That's a shit ton of people that comes in, right? So now not only did a lot more people get to use it and are using it, but inside the app, we have everything from, you can discover new tokens, creators, and apps. Okay, that's kind of fun, right? I mean, I've hopped on there looking for things once in a while. It's a great way to farm airdrops, which I'm suspecting there's going to be a lot more of that. Speculation on my point, but with the base coin likely coming out, and the more they get their little fingers wet into this stuff, I suspect there's going to be more airdrops. So playing around on the Base app, playing in the ecosystem might be beneficial for you aside from just learning some stuff. You can follow traders. You can copy strategies. I personally do not like that method, but a lot of people do, and it's a good availability for a lot of people. You can earn from content creation is something they're working on. You can interact on on-chain mini apps. There are so many mini apps. Shout out to NS3, good old ASM's app. Get rewarded to take quizzes that you really won't get the answers wrong. Anywho, and Base app is helping move seamlessly between social, finance, and payments. It's being a good connector piece. So this whole everything app is helping to connect our crypto, our assets, and almost everything that's involved in crypto in there. You got liquidity pools, you got staking, there'll be airdrops involved. There are payment processing, all that kind of fun stuff under one roof. Coinbase is the first one to really push doing this. It makes them more competitive with like Robinhood, Schwab, right? These guys who kind of have a head start, Coinbase is catching up very quickly. Now, I don't want to get too much on the stock end of it, but Coinbase as a stock, I think is going to be doing very well in the moderate term. And I don't have any in there. I'm keeping an eye on it. With my stocks, I usually go in a little bit more risky. Let my financial guy deal with all the boring dividend tech stuff. But Coinbase is likely going to expand and have a good run in the nearest future because it's now doing a lot more. And it's doing a lot more that other people understand. Because once you can start buying stocks, like there's hundreds of the larger stocks that's coming on a base. You can unify the portfolio showing crypto and equities. And they're planning on expanding into thousands of stocks and ETFs. They're just going to keep growing. So this isn't just about convenience, right? This is also the first step toward fully tokenized equities. It's really helping to legitimize crypto in the eyes of everybody else. And they're already going down a very good path with this. Coinbase has launched Coinbase Tokenized. It's an institutional grade platform aimed to tokenize stocks, tokenize funds, and real world assets moving everywhere on chain. If this works long term, I think it will, but we got to go speculative. It's very early. It's going to enable 24/7 markets. That is a big one. Anyone who's in stocks, waiting to see what the closures are, what's the predictions are. If you're in the US, you wake up and wonder what the heck did England do? And if you're in England, you wake up and worry about what the US is going to do with selling everything. So it's going to make it much more 24/7, just like crypto. Global access. There's certain stocks you only get in the US. There's certain stocks you only get in Korea, certain stocks you only get in China, etc. But Coinbase is a world entity. It's going to help make a larger reach for a bunch of stocks and ETFs that we're not used to as well. Another big thing Base has been doing is becoming multi-chain hub. I did a couple videos on this. I'm going to touch about it now, obviously, but Base app doesn't just do Base tokens anymore. Right? It was a big deal, at least I thought it was a big deal, when they opened up to fully bridge with Solana. So now if it's a Solana coin, it's on Base. Right? It's making it easier for people to find the crypto, soon-to-be stocks that they want. Liquidity pools and staking specifically is a big deal for these. And if you're looking at derivatives and futures on Solana coins, you're now talking about all those memes. It's just a good push up for Coinbase. And yes, if you're into Aero, or Moonwell, there'll probably be some secondary benefits that goes to them, even though it's not directly related. It's close enough. There's going to be some changes with that over time. But now there's direct asset transfers, and this just really improves cross-chain liquidity. And the more chains and ecosystems that Base can connect to like that, I mean, it's already got Ethereum and Solana directly, not a bad start. Just the more outreach it has, the more TVL and liquidity that can come into, it just is going to help steady Base and all of their main utility aspects and DeFi aspects. Again, back to Moonwell and Aerodrome. There's others. Those are the big ones I focus on. On top of that, there's going to be integrations like Jupiter that allows seamless swaps to go back and forth, and users can access millions of on-chain assets without centralized listings, and it's trying to become the everything app. I think this is going to be huge. Coinbase is effectively saying, if liquidity exists on-chain, we want our users to have access to it. It's great. Availability is the best ability. Now, Base is also becoming much more of a preferred launch environment, mostly due to these connections and popularity, right? Crypto is a popularity contest. You want in on all the big guys. In late November, Fluid and World Mobile Token hopped in. Both launched spot trading on Coinbase, live on Base. Right? This matters because Coinbase exposure drives liquidity. Base is becoming the default execution layer for all of this. And then developers get instant distribution. So it benefits developers to hop in on Base, which is only going to grow the ecosystem. So we don't know yet all the specifics about the Base coin. I am hesitant, we'll say. I'll wait until we get more information on it. But Base has done a pretty good job of having utility tokens, utility projects get benefited. So whatever Base token ends up doing, it's not going to interfere with Aerodrome, Moonwell, any of the others that are on there as well. And I just think this is a good move forward for a lot of Base native tokens, because now it's being more attractive to retail, to industry, and to builders. Those are the three that you need. It's getting all of them. And they are focusing very clearly on the developer component. Base has been pulling in as many apps as they can onto their little mini app section. Base has been seeing strong developer onboarding. There's been heavy support from Coinbase Ventures. They're getting a larger list of crypto and companies that they're helping to financially push a little bit. There's been deep integration into Coinbase's consumer apps. And they're also rolling out app chains, modular scaling tools, and then grants and accelerators. And the main reason why is that Coinbase is understanding a very critical factor here. Apps, not chains, is going to drive adoption. Having those chains to allow more apps onto it is great, but the more a product can be used in a larger way to more people, the better it's going to be. So like Base isn't competing with Ethereum by any means. It's extending it and trying to monetize it at a large scale. I think it's doing a damn good job. And lastly, I just want to touch a little bit on their institutional angle, because this is where I think if I went into the Coinbase stock, I think this is what's going to benefit the most, moderate to long term, is the entire ecosystem is going to feed into Coinbase Prime. Institutions do not want 15 wallets, half a dozen bridges, 4 custody providers that they have to move and have everyone touch a little bit of piece just to transfer and save their money. They want regulated custody. They want deep liquidity, so there's no concerns. They want compliance and on-chain settlement. And Coinbase Prime and Base and tokenization solves all of that. So Coinbase is already setting itself up to be a custodian, a market maker, a settlement layer, and technology provider, not just an exchange. It is doing damn near everything. Awesome sauce. So if you haven't figured it out, I'm quite bullish on Base. I'm excited and interested to see what all this Base token is going to end up being, what all it's going to do. I'll probably do videos about it when we get more information, but I'm likely not going to hop in right at the beginning. That'll be a whole other spiel for another day. But I'm curious about you guys. What are you watching about with the Base? Are you interested in the Base token? Are you deep into other Base tokens that you just really like? Feel free to show them all down below. If you have any questions or thoughts for me, put that stuff down there, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.